Germany's Chancellor Olaf Scholz is heckled by pro-Palestinian protesters at the final SPD rally ahead of the European elections.
Tens of thousands of people took part in the Tisza Party's campaign rally in Budapest.
Germany's Chancellor Olaf Scholz has been heckled by pro-Palestinian protesters at the final Social Democrats rally ahead of the European elections. Protesters are angry about Germany's support for Israel in its military campaign against Hamas in Gaza and booed the Chancellor for most of his speech. Scholz acknowledged the protesters, saying they belong to a democracy that allows free speech, but added that the Hamas attack on Israel last October was inhumane. Scholz also said freedom of speech must be protected at all costs and condemned violence against politicians. Germany's federal criminal police say there have been 22 assaults on politicians so far this year, compared to 27 incidents in all of 2023. Scholz also promised that he would not allow the Russian invasion of Ukraine and NATO's involvement to escalate, saying a vote for the SPD was a vote for peace.
Tens of thousands of people took part in the Tisza Party's campaign rally in Budapest. The party's vice president, Peter Magyar, said that their aim was to change the government and put Hungary back on the European path, as well as to create a more just system of government based on the rule of law. He entered public life and politics in February after the presidential pardon scandal.
A Tisza párt a béke pártja. A valódi békepártja. A Tisza párt ellentétben a jelenlegi hatalommal nem küld polgárháborús övezetbe magyar katonákat. A Tisza párt ellentétben a Fidesszel nem épített harckocsi, lőszer és fegyvergyárakat.
Magyar Péter április 17-én kezdte meg országjárását. Néhány hét leforgás alatt gyakorlatilag bejárta az egész országot. A mostani kampányzáró tüntetést pedig a valaha volt legnagyobb politikai demonstrációnak hirdette meg. Kónya Rita, Euronews, Budapest.
The rise of the far right and the radicalization of much of politics across Europe have turned this EU election into the most controversial in its history. In the last election in 2019, only 50.7% of voters turned out. So, what might happen this time?
We can't forget that we're not talking about European elections, but 27 national elections. So the approach to abstentionism will certainly differ across countries that these elections take place and the current issues at stake.
According to the Euronews poll center, young voters could in fact raise the turnout in France and Germany. The polls suggest the young voters of the two big shots of the EU are being tempted by the far right. Meanwhile, in Slovakia, in 2019, the country recorded the lowest electoral turnout in the whole of the EU, with only 22.7% bothering to vote. But this time, after the failed attempt to assassinate the anti-EU Prime Minister, Robert Fico, shocked the country, the figure is expected to rise much higher.
The body of the missing British TV presenter Michael Mosley has been found near to a beach on the island of Symi. A Greek TV crew spotted a body on Sunday morning a few metres from the beach of Argia Marina on a rocky hillside as they were filming from a boat. The mayor of the island, Lefteris Papakalodoukas, then confirmed the body was Mosley's. A major search and rescue operation had been launched for Mosley, who was a 67-year-old former doctor.
Preparations are underway at the hotel in Switzerland that will host a two-day international summit to discuss ways to achieve peace in Ukraine. The Bürgenstock Hotel above Lake Lucerne has previously hosted peace talks on Sudan and Cyprus. Representatives from more than 100 countries and international organizations will attend. But last week, Ukraine's president accused China and Russia of undermining the event by discouraging countries from taking part.